on First at 3, just within the past hour, U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts delivered his maiden speech on the Senate floor. The speech values, hopes for America's future, and priorities in the United States Senate. Ricketts will also touch on the ongoing crisis at the southern border, inflation, and America's role in the world. The U.S. Senate maiden speech is a long-held Senate tradition where special attention is given to a member's first major address on the Senate floor. He is the first freshman senator of this Congress to give his maiden speech.